the manufacturer.
Swinging on and happy, hippie, yeah. Hippie, yeah.
What's up YouTube, welcome back to Whacked Out ECIG. I've closed these curtains to get rid of the glare that was on my face and kind of balance out the whole lighting in here, but now there's glare on my glasses, so I'm not sure what you prefer. I actually prefer this, but let me know if the glare in the glasses is kind of distracting. I mean, you should be looking at the equipment anyway, but I guess when I'm talking it might bother some people, so let me know. This is the updated version of the FreeMax Starre Pro. Now, besides the fact that it's now in black, what they've changed is the fact that on the top here, you can't really see it, but it now says refill vape, where it used to say on and off. And that led to a whole bunch of problems with leaking and stuff like that. So without wasting any of your time, let's go down up close and look at those things a little more clearly. Okay, so what you're looking at is a silver StarrePro stainless steel, just packaged up in the box. You have a pack of the Ni200 or nickel coils, and this is a black StarrePro. I believe they're marketing this as just like a newer version, but it's the same thing, just in black, and I've taken it apart. So you know what a pack of coils looks like, basic stuff. You can see what they have available. They have a 0.15, which is the ones in here. You see the tick, and 20 to 100 watts. 0.25, there's a 0.25 nickel, and then it goes into Kanthal, a 0.25 Kanthal coil, and a 0.5 Kanthal coil as well. The only ones I've tried are nickel, because that is what comes in the box. So up here you get a 0.25 that's installed, and then the extra one is a 0.15. So what I'm gonna do now is install a coil. So this is the 0.15 ohm coil. You get a good set of juice flow holes there, pretty big airflow down there, a decently wide space for the coil, and you can see in there that it's just a bunch of nickel wraps. And yeah, that's about it. So take your base, which might be slightly hard to see. I'll see if I can brighten this up. And as most subohm tanks go, you thread in your coil. Pretty simple. So once the coil is in the base, we can attach the top to the, we can attach the glass and the top part, which are all pretty simple to do. And here, let's take a look at the rest of the tank. So the drip tip can come out the top, which is, you know, pretty standard. But then you have this, which is like the Atlantis 2, the airflow in the drip tip, and there's holes in the top here. So what you do is you can line that up, so you can have airflow. So you can have airflow going through it, or you can twist it off to keep it closed, which is what I do. This is the change that they've done from the old StarrePro. So before they had like an off and an on. Now they have refill and vape. So you see that arrow there. When you want to refill it, you do that and it closes off the airflow down there. And while I twist it, you can't see it, but it's switched on to vape. And that opens them back up so that you can vape. And that's something you really need to remember when screwing it on and off, because if you leave it on refill, it's going to leak everywhere, which is going to suck for everyone. So pretty simple. When you place the coil in here, and you can see that it's kind of springy. So in there you have it's spring loaded, and that's how the whole pressure system works, that you can fill it up through the top, and that screws on there. The airflow, I'm in love with this airflow control ring. It clicks every time, if you can hear that. And it has a stopper, so you either have your full airflow or you can close it off in increments, and yeah, it's not going to go anywhere. I really like that. So to fill it up, you twist the top part like this, and you're going to want to hold on to the top here because you don't want that part coming off. But that comes off pretty simply, and then you have a place to fill. When you're screwing it back on, this is going to happen every time. You turn it and it's left on refill. So what you have to do then is switch it back to vape. Okay, so as usual with any big coils like this that take a lot of cotton, you're going to want to prime them. What I do is I just put some drops of liquid on the juice holes and make sure that they soak in. I also go around the top. There's no mesh screen on here, so you're not going to have a problem just dripping liquid right on the top and getting it to absorb. And I mean, this isn't 100% necessary, but it's definitely going to speed up the process and help out. And as far as the liquid goes, I'm just using the blueberry from Vape Meat. I did a review on this stuff already, and it's pretty good. I wanted to use 12 Monkey O-Rangs, but I ran out, so you know, it's cool. This is a 70/30, and it has absolutely no problems wicking thick juices. So yeah, that should be fine. We'll put the coil back in. I like to keep my airflow off when I'm filling, just in case. And yeah, now we can fill it up. So very simple. Just stuff it in there and squeeze. And it holds an okay set of liquid. I think it's probably around 3.5 mils, somewhere around there. It's not the biggest, and especially with the power that this sucks, it goes through a lot of juice, but that's kind of the standard with these massive tanks. They're very small for the most part. So yeah, if I was to vape this now, it would flood everywhere because it's set to refill. So what I have to do, switch it over to vape, and that is all the difference you need. Open up the airflow, and we're ready to vape. So let's go back out and vape on it. So yeah, the fact that it used to say on and off was very vague when people were refilling and vaping. So the fact that now if you go to vape it and you notice that it says refill, that the arrow is pointing to refill, you know that you need to switch it to vape. I think that makes a lot of sense, and for such a small change, like it's not changing construction or anything, it's just labeling. It makes a big difference, I think, for anyone that's going to be using this thing. So well done FreeMax for doing that. Now, if you've been watching my reviews for a while, you'll know that I'm not the biggest fan of subohm tanks, but that doesn't stop me from appreciating the build quality and the vape quality that goes into these things. And this is actually the first nickel coil I've used in a subohm tank, and I'm very impressed. Right now I'm using the 0.15 ohm nickel coil, and it's kind of shitty compared to the 0.25. It takes longer to break in. I find there's a little bit more spit back, I'm not sure why, and the flavor isn't as good. But with that said, it's not that much worse. It's just I'm just letting you know that I had a better experience with the 0.25 that comes installed, and I wish I had more of them, but they sent me a 5-pack of coils and they're all 0.15, so that's what I'm using now. And actually, I put in that coil that you saw up close, and I was vaping it on the new, it's not here, the iJoy Asolo 200 watt. Quick note, the temp control on that thing is junk, and I had to switch out the coil. So there's a new coil in here I actually switched out the juice to. I'm now vaping Loop Shake by Liquid E-Juice, and I'm getting a warm, flavorful vape. And it's surprising for nickel. It's definitely a different kind of vape experience. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's good. I really like it. So the 0.15 ohm coil is rated from 20 to 100 watts. Now, with a lot of temp control devices, this one I'm using now, for example, works in joules, not watts, but I know a lot of people have been kind of labeling watts and joules the same kind of thing, but this only goes up to 50 watts in nickel. The maximum I can vape this at is 50 watts, but I'm still getting a good vape. I mean, you saw the vapor. I'm getting very warm, flavorful clouds out of it, which is nice. I actually don't have anything that goes up to 100 watts in temp control except the iJoy as solo, and that thing, when you see the review for it, you'll know why the temp control is so much shit on that. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted to put in the 0.25 ohm coil, which is rated from 20 to 80 watts, so not that much difference, but I didn't want to take one out of a new thing because I want to give one of these away. We'll talk about that at the end. As far as the build quality goes for this, I mean, the removable drip tip is always a nice thing, so I can take out that drip tip, put in my own. This is Otis Designs. You can find them at otiscollection.com, I think. It's a stabilized wood drip tip, and I think it looks pretty good on there, and it vapes well. But when you put in your own drip tip, it takes away the ability to adjust the airflow in the drip tip. If you don't use the airflow in the drip tip, which I don't, that's not going to be a big deal for you, but that's something to look out for. I'll show you what it vapes like with the airflow open in the drip tip, if you can see that. Yeah, you can see right through to the wall. And I can tell you now, it's going to do exactly what you think it's going to do with the drip tip airflow open. Completely mute the flavor. I mean, not 100%, but it mutes the flavor a lot, and it's just too airy. It's not nice. It cools down the vape. I don't like drip tip in the airflow and subohm tanks. I don't know anyone that does. It's glass, which is nice. Okay, this adjustable airflow is the best adjustable airflow I've ever used, and I want everything to have it. So each part clicks. I'll put down here if you can hear that. And once it's completely closed, which it can do, it has a stopper, so you know that it's closed, and when it's completely open, it stops again. So even if you're in pitch darkness, I guess, I don't know why you would be, but you can just close it off, you know it's closed, open it up halfway. I guess you could count how many clicks to know, and yeah, it's just a really good system. I like that. Now, this is a very big tank. I'll compare this to the Triton. So it is bigger. It's not that much bigger, but just generally it seems like a bigger tank, and that's because it is. Considering it only holds 3.5 mils of juice, I think it's too big. I think I prefer smaller tanks. I mean, some people I guess do prefer bigger ones, but if you prefer a smaller tank, you may not like this one. Also, it goes through juice like nothing, so I filled this up maybe half an hour ago maximum, and it's down about halfway, so yeah. The flavor is really good on this thing. When you refill it, I mean, it's very simple. I haven't had any problems refilling it, and the reason that, okay, if you are wondering why all of these tanks now have this knurling top part, and you think it's just because adjustable airflow in the drip tip, it's not. It's so that you can hold on to that and twist it and open it and give you something to grip to open the top fill, which is nice. And yeah, top fill is another pro, a big pro for this. It makes it very easy. Considering it goes through so much juice, it's nice to have something that can fill from the top. And I think that's about it. In conclusion, I would vape the FreeMax i320, which I just did a review for before. I would vape that over this one easily, but if you want bigger clouds and a warmer vape, you're going to prefer this one. Where you're going to get this thing and how much it's going to cost, this was sent to me directly from FreeMax, the manufacturer, and first of all, props to you guys in this channel. We're now getting stuff from manufacturers, which is really cool. That hasn't happened yet, so I'm happy about that. Thank you to FreeMax, and thank you to you guys for watching, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. How much this is going to cost, I actually have zero idea how much this costs. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm in Canada, I'll type in FreeMax Starre Pro Canada. This is how you Google for stuff. First thing that came up is Ace Vapor, and that's for 40 bucks, which is a good price. That's a really good price. I think that might be the old one, but yeah, 40 bucks. That's out of stock right now. Dash Vapes also has it for 40 bucks, out of stock. 180 Smoke has it for 40 bucks, and that might be in stock. It doesn't say. So yeah, it's available a lot of places. I'm not 100% sure if the updated version is out yet, but before you buy, contact whoever you're buying it from and ask them if it's the updated version, and now you know why it's updated and what's changed, and if you even need an updated one. So now the giveaway. I have 2 of these to give away, and they're in stainless steel. I'm going to give away one now and one later, maybe at like 2,000 subscribers, which is coming up very soon anyway. But yeah, I'm going to give away this one now, and the only catch, I guess, is the fact that you might have to pay for shipping. We'll see how that goes, but I'm just letting you know now, you might have to pay for shipping. So if that's okay with you, try and enter this contest. What you're going to need to do is obviously be a subscriber, like the video, share the video, and comment why you want the Starre Pro. Yeah, basically, I don't care why you want it, just let me know why you want it. Follow all the other instructions, and let's say in like a week from now, so next Friday, yeah, next Friday, which will be, let me see, I believe that will be the 6th of November. Friday the 6th of November. It will be a Friday. If that's not correct, just remember it's the next Friday after October 30th. And yeah, I'll announce who was the winner. So that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Don't forget to join the Whacked Out ECIG forum. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.